You work from 9 to 5 every day, giving it your all. So why do your savings still not grow? Meanwhile, some people post photos of travels and delicious food on his moments every day, yet his money seems to multiply the more he spends. It's not that you're not working hard enough, you've just accidentally fallen into a game designed for you to lose. Robert Kiyosaki mentioned a particularly harsh concept in Rich Dad Poor Dad, the rat race. Most people's life patterns are already fixed. Wake up, go to work, pay bills, go to sleep, repeating day after day. What's more, as soon as your salary goes up, all kinds of bills follow suit, buying a new car, a new house. Your salary increase can never keep up with your spending, and you never manage to save any money. The reason the rich get richer isn't that they're smarter or luckier than the average person. The core lies in mastering the logic of making money work for you. The average person's cash flow goes like this: work to earn money, then spend it all directly, leaving nothing behind. But the rich's cash flow is different. They first turn money into assets, then let those assets earn more money, and finally use that earned money for consumption, forming a positive cycle. That's the most essential difference between the poor and the rich. 30 years ago, Tom, Mary, and John graduated from college at the same time, with identical starting salaries. But their first choice after graduation destined them for completely different lives. Tom thought he deserved a reward after years of hard work, so he bought an expensive car right away and had to pay car loans and insurance premiums every month. Mary was very thrifty. She lived frugally, saved money, and bought a big house to live in, thinking it was the safest investment. John, however, seemed a bit stingy. He only rented a small apartment and used all the money he saved to buy stocks and funds. Here's a key point to clarify. Assets are things that put money into your pocket, while liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. Tom's luxury car depreciates every year and requires constant maintenance costs. It's definitely a liability. Mary's house may seem like a fixed asset, but she has to pay a mortgage, property fees, and maintenance fees every month. As long as she lives in it, she's constantly spending money, so it's essentially a liability too. John's stocks and funds, on the other hand, generate dividends and appreciate every year without him having to put in extra effort, automatically putting money in his pocket. That's a real asset. 30 years later, the three of them lead drastically different lives. Tom has replaced his car several times, piling up more and more debt. Nearing 50, he still works overtime late at night and dares not stop. Mary's house has indeed increased in value, but as long as she doesn't sell it, the mortgage payments never end. Her retirement plans keep getting pushed back, fearing she'll lose her income. John, though, has long had passive income from his assets that exceeds his salary. He no longer has to struggle to make a living. He spends his days sunbathing by the beach and accompanying his family, achieving true financial freedom. That's the power of compound interest. Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world, and it's not an exaggeration. Choosing the right direction is more important than working hard blindly.
Compound interest is like a snowball. It starts small, but as long as you find the right slope and keep rolling it, it will eventually turn into an unstoppable avalanche. Let's do some practical math. If you start saving $500 a month at 20 years old with an annual return rate of 10%, by the time you're 60, you'll have saved $2 million. But if you wait until you're 30 to start with the same monthly contribution and return rate, you'll only end up with $700,000. A 10-year difference leads to nearly a 3x gap. Time is the rich's greatest leverage. Here's another wealth secret many people don't know. The rich never make money by working a job. They make money through assets. Take taxes, for example. Salary income is subject to high personal income tax, while capital gains and passive income from assets are taxed at a much lower rate. Simply put, when you're working hard for a salary, you're essentially working for the government. Most of your income goes to taxes. But the rich make money through assets and can enjoy tax benefits, keeping more of their wealth. The rich are also good at using two key tools, OPM and OPT, which stand for other people's money and other people's time. They borrow money from banks to buy assets, using other people's funds to leverage greater returns. At the same time, they hire professionals to manage their assets, so they don't have to worry about it themselves, letting other people's time create value for them. What the average person lacks is this leverage mindset. They can only make money through their own time and labor, which has a very low ceiling. In fact, wealth thinking isn't exclusive to the rich. Ordinary people can start changing right now. Remember these 4 steps. First, do a financial checkup. Keep track of your expenses to figure out where every penny goes. Only then will you know where you can cut back. Second, distinguish between needs and wants. Cutting down on non-essential spending will give you your first startup fund. Third, build a safety net. Save enough emergency funds to cover 6 months of expenses to avoid unexpected situations derailing your plans. Fourth, plant your first money-growing tree. Even if you only buy $100 worth of index funds a month, start letting money work for you. Don't wait until you have enough money to invest. Invest first, then become rich. Finally, I want to say, financial freedom isn't about how much money you have, but about having the right to choose how you live. Starting today, try to tell the difference between assets and liabilities. Change your cash flow model and slowly build your own asset system. You don't have to aim for perfection overnight. Even if you make a little progress every day, over time, you can jump out of the trap of wake up, work, pay bills, sleep, and live the life you want. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get rich together. See you next time.